Hello everyone, my name is Shannon Goodell and today we are going to make banana bread. First of all, you need to get all of your ingredients together. So, half a cup of butter, a cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 2 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 3 peeled bananas. Okay, and then you need a mixing bowl and a whisk. My whisk is pretty fancy. And you don't have to prepare the oven or anything because we will stick the banana bread in the oven and then turn the oven on. And then you also need a bread pan. Okay, so first you take the half a cup of butter, put it in the bowl, and then make sure the butter is room temperature, or even if you want to, which I usually do, I stick it in the microwave for a couple seconds so it's partially melted, so it mixes with the sugar a lot easier. And then we put the cup of sugar in with the butter. And then we want to mix those two together, and it's called creaming the butter and the sugar. So mix those. Okay, now in your bowl you have the butter and the sugar mixed together. Now you want to get 2 large eggs and you want to crack them and put them in the bowl. And then what I usually do is after I put the eggs in there, I mix the eggs with the butter and the sugar. Okay, and then after I've mixed the eggs with the butter and the sugar, we're going to add 2 cups of flour. Dump that in there. Dump that in there. And then the teaspoon of baking soda. Dump that in there. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Dump that in there. And then the bananas, you want to take them and you want to chop them into really small pieces. So you chop those in there. I usually use a knife instead of my fingers. So you cut those in there, you throw those in. Don't ask me why there's a small banana up there, that's just how it printed. You cut, you chop the second banana, put it in the bowl with the rest. Take the third and last banana, chop that up. You want it, and then you put that in with the rest, and now you want to mix it all together. Just the whisk is kind of hard to mix it all together because it gets all clumped up in these. So what I would recommend using is a mixer. It's a lot easier. I'm going to mix those. And you want to make that, and so it's kind of looks like a dough. It might take a few minutes because the bananas, you want to get those all smashed together. You don't want any clumps of bananas. So mix that together. So you have all the ingredients in your one bowl, and it's all smushed. Pretend it's all smushed. Okay, and then after you have your dough all mixed in, you want to pour it into your bread pan. See, it's all in your bread pan. Now, after I did that, I usually put my bowl in the sink and I wash it because I like to clean as I go, so I don't have a huge mess at the very end. Okay, now that we have your batter in here, you want to stick it in the oven. And after you put it in the oven, and remember, we didn't preheat the oven. We're putting it into a cold oven. So now you want to turn your oven to 300 degrees, and you want that to bake for an hour and a half. This is pretty fancy. You want to get a nice fancy timer that you can take with you, so if you're not near the stove, you can hear when it goes off. Okay, so now let's just say let's say an hour and a half has gone by. And don't forget to use your oven mitts. I'm going to take that out of the oven. And now you have your banana bread. It is going to be very hot. So we want to set it aside. And you're going to want to let that cool for about a half an hour before you even consider taking it out of the pan. Now that you can take it out of the pan, you cut it up into pieces, and a lot of my family members like to put butter on it, but I like to eat it just the way it is. Well, and there you have it. Banana bread 101. And I'll just name the ingredients again. So you want a half cup of butter, a cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 2 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3 chopped bananas, and you want to cream the butter and the sugar, then add the eggs, then mix that together, then add flour, baking soda, salt, and the bananas. Mix that all together. Put that in your bread pan. Put it in a cold oven, set to 300 degrees, and bake for an hour and a half. Okay, thanks.